Hey, Big Rich here. So today more iPhone, iPad help. Today I'm going to take you through the settings menu and display and brightness. So with display and brightness, there's options for you to turn up the brightness, down the brightness, turn it on auto. Talk a little bit about what each of those are used for, right? So you're indoors, maybe brightness down a little. You go outdoors, you want brightness up so you can read the screen on your phone. They've added a new feature called Night Shift. We'll take you through Night Shift and show you what that is. You can adjust other things like text size, your auto lock. That's all underneath the display and brightness controls. All right, let's have a look at display and settings. So again, you're looking for the settings icon app on your phone. So it's the gear, it says settings, select that. And we're going to scroll down the menu items and we're going to go to display and brightness. So there it is here. We select on display and brightness and it opens up the control settings for display and brightness. And again, as you can see, there's a lot of options for what you can control and how information is displayed on your screen. So first of all, brightness control, right? We slide it up, you can see the screen gets a lot brighter, maybe even washed out in the video, or I can dim it way down, barely see it. So why do you want to change the brightness? Well, you can see it's actually going to start creeping up here. It's going to try and self-adjust a little bit. But you adjust the brightness based on the background lighting conditions. So indoors, you might not want it as bright. You lower the brightness down. Outdoors, you obviously would like it brighter so you can see your phone and what's going on. So it's night shift. Night shift actually changes the color of the display. So it can be, you can manually enable it, or you can turn it on a schedule. So I have it turned off right now. So night shift, what it does is it makes your screen a little bit yellower. They say that helps calm you more than a bright screen, and we'll see if the camera can pick it up. I'm going to go turn it on manually in a second. So again, you can change your settings. I have mine coming on. You can do sunrise to sunset, right, and it will monitor that off of the obviously the internet. Or you can do a custom schedule, which is what I have at 10 p.m. and off at 7 a.m. I'm going to turn that back off so we can actually do manual for now. And you can see the screen color right on the phone changed. You won't see it obviously on the display to the right in the monitor, but and as you can see, you can change the warmth, so you can change it to be less warm, which is kind of more of the natural color, or more warm all the way to the right, which turns it really yellow. And as you can see, when I use it, I like it set in the middle, right? So kind of medium warm. So the intent there is at night, it eases the stress on your eyes and might help you fall asleep easier when you're done using your iPad or your iPhone. So let's continue on with the settings on the iPhone, right, for display and control. So the auto lock. So when your iPhone is on, you can tell it how long to stand by before it goes and locks the screen, which means you'd either actually have to enter your fingerprint, right, or enter your code to unlock it with a passcode. So I have mine set for a minute. You can have it lock after 5 minutes or as short as 30 seconds for your lock screen. Again, for security purposes, I always recommend that you keep your phone locked, right? And so people, should they get a hold of your phone, can't get into the phone settings, send themselves an email, get a password, blah, blah, blah. So that's auto lock. So raise to wake. So again, if your phone's sitting on the table and you pick it up, do you want it to wake up or not? If you pick it up every time, it turns on, it uses a little power. You know, your screen when it's on is using a lot of power. So when you pick your phone up, do you want it to wake up? I have mine turned on. You can obviously turn it off. So pretty simple switch setting for that. Text size. So if your application, right, so the application actually has to support dynamic text. And what you can do is you can actually, on the bottom here, you can see really small print, really tall print, right, left and right, and there's a slider. So you can grab the slider and go to the top, and you can see as I move to the right, my text up here is getting bigger. So some of the native apps work real good, so Mail, Messages, I think Contacts, support dynamic text and will show larger text within the application. Again, if you have trouble seeing, you're wearing reading glasses, you can increase the size. We can go back down, and if you're younger, Big Rich wishes he was, you can make it really tiny and get more information on your screen and in a bullet. So I kind of go middle of the road. You've seen me in videos with my reading glasses, so that seems to work for me. So that's text size. Again, certain apps support it, certain ones don't. You won't see it all the time. You can always turn on bold text, right? So it warned you. If you apply this, it's going to restart your iPhone. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get this in the middle of the video. But what it does is all the text on your screen will be a little thicker and a little darker. So things won't be right as crisp maybe and as clean looking to you, meaning the apps and menus, but the actual stroke width of the characters will be a little wider and a little easier to read. The last one is display zoom. So you can choose a view for the iPhone. Zoomed always, larger, controls, blah, blah, blah. So we'll go into view and just look at the controls there. So you can see this is the standard controls and what they look like. And then we're going to go zoomed. Notice how everything got a little bigger in the display. So that may be something you prefer, again, if you're having trouble touching and finding little icons, to change your display from standard display to zoomed display. So there you have it. Those are the controls within display and brightness. We'll go back out. Again, the menu there is display and brightness to get into those control settings. Alright, so we learned a little bit about display, the things you could change on display, how to adjust your brightness, right? Character size. So we learned how to adjust your brightness. We learned about night shift mode. We learned about the character and text size, bold text, all these things that might make things a little more visible on your phone. Or less visible, depending on which way you want to go. That's the sitch with Big Rich. Make sure you subscribe to catch more updates and information on iPhone and iPad help.